Hey, what's up, y'all? And well, um, in i- in this video today, we're going to talk about some of the most disappointing teams in college football in 2024. So it's going to be the five most disappointing or five most overrated teams to start the season. So I shot way too high on on all five of these teams that I thought were going to be good, and they ended up being terrible. So yeah, so we'll start with some honorable mentions here. Uh, so of course these are all based off of my predictions. So some honorable mentions. We did have NC State. I had them going 9-3. They went 6-6. Virginia Tech. I had them going 9-3. They went 6-6. Kansas. I had going 8-4, but they went 5-7. Yes, really disappointed in Kansas. Although at the end of the season they did decide to, start beating all those ranked teams when they were beating like BYU and Iowa State and Colorado 3 weeks in a row, and they were just so close in a lot of their games. They did lose a lot of close games. Let's see who else. What about USC, Southern Cal? I think I did have them going 9-3, and they went 6-6. Yeah, never trust Lincoln Riley. He's never going to get a defense. Let's see who else about Wisconsin. I had them 8-4. They went 5-7. I don't know what's happened to Wisconsin. They just completely fallen off, and they just seem to be getting worse under Luke Fickle. He just can't get it going. Not having the success like he had at Cincinnati. Yeah, Fickle should have stayed at Cincinnati. Let's see, is that all? Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, so why don't we just go ahead and get into it with number five. I do have the Kentucky Wildcats. Uh, oh, 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 yeah, UCF was another honorable mention. I had them going 8-4, but they went 5-7. I thought they could make some noise in the Big 12, but anyways, number five, Kentucky. Uh, Now I did have Kentucky going 8-4, only losing to Georgia, South Carolina, Ole Miss, and Tennessee, and 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 I had them beating Texas, yes, in a big upset, but obviously that didn't happen. Uh, I mean, because if you follow the pattern, seems like every third year under Mark Stoops, it seems like every third year is when they have their good season, where they get to 9 or 10 wins, or like 7-5. Yeah, or like 7 wins, 7 wins, 10 wins, and then like 7 wins, and and then 5 wins in a COVID season, and then 10 wins. So I figured that they could go 8-4. I mean, bringing in Brock Vandagriff as new quarterback. Brought in Jamon Dumas Johnson from Georgia. So I mean, I thought that Kentucky would be good, but I was wrong. So there's my original prediction. Now let's see what really happened. Kentucky actually went 4-8. Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, worst season for Stoops since 2015. I think Kentucky was like 5-7 in 2015. Yeah, so I really don't know what happened to Kentucky. I mean, I, I mean, you beat Ole Miss though. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I still don't know how you beat Ole Miss, but that was your one and only SEC win. And then of course, early in the season you almost beat Georgia, only lost by 1 point. The week before you had gotten blown out by South Carolina, and then you turn around and then you beat Ole Miss, and then you lose 6 of your last 7 games. I mean, yeah, I don't know what happened. It's like you lost to Vandy, and then everything just spiraled out of control, blown out by Florida, and then lost to Auburn by 2 touchdowns. That's when you knew that, yeah, Kentucky's season is over. Not going to make a bowl. I think they did beat like Murray State, but that was it. Got absolutely obliterated by Louisville. Yeah. I'm I mean, just terrible. Yeah, never expected Kentucky to be this bad again under Stoops. Anyways, how about we get to number 4? This will be the Arizona Wildcats. Now, Arizona was really good last year. They went 2023. They went what 9-3, 10-3 with a bowl win, and one of the favorites to win the Big 12, along with Utah and Oklahoma State. But anyway, yeah, you will see that is a common theme here. But anyway, so yeah, Noah Fifa coming back, Adam at quarterback, and then you did bring back Tetaroa McMillan at wide receiver. And yeah, the only problem was your coach Jedd Fisch did leave to go to Washington. Of course, after Kalen DeBoer went to Alabama after Saban retired. And then y'all got the coach from, what was it, like San Jose State or Fresno State or one of those. And yeah, it was a disaster. See, so my original prediction, 9-3. You got y'all losing like Kansas State and Oklahoma State and UCF. What is it, Kansas State or Kansas State, UCF, and so some other third team. Anyway, doesn't matter. But anyways, now let's take a look at what really happened. Actually, you went 5-7, or 4-8. Yeah, 4-8. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened. Just a complete and total collapse. McMillan ended up having a good season, but the rest of the team was dog shit. Defense was terrible. Defense was terrible. You gave up, 100 to like Colorado and Arizona State and teams like that. Just absolutely horrible. Anyway, but you did manage to beat Utah, and then you're thinking, maybe we can still be good, but then you went on like a 7-game losing streak, or like 6 out of 7 or something like that. Anyway, it was bad. So, anyways, how about we move on? Number 3, I do have Utah. Now, I had Utah going 10-2. I actually had Utah winning the Big 12 and making the playoffs. Playoffs. Anyway, so with Cam Rising coming back, remember he sat out all of 2023 because of that knee injury that he suffered in the bowl game in 2022. And so then finally coming back in 2024. Let's see, you did go 8-4 in 2023. So then you got Rising returning, brought in some transfers at the skill positions, thinking that that if the defense can be as good, then Utah should be a much improved team. Schedule is a lot easier. Everything was setting up great for Utah. I did have Utah not 10-2, only losing to Oklahoma State and UCF, but you lost to a lot more than that. Anyway, so let's bring up what actually happened. And y'all were absolutely terrible, 5-7, and Cam Rising was injured again. First, 2 games into the season, he breaks one of his fingers, has to be out for 3 weeks, and in the next game, that he comes back, broken leg, or well, they didn't say that it was a broken leg, that it was a lower lower leg injury. I take that to mean that he, you, you know that he broke his leg or broke his foot or something. Uh, anyway, so then he missed the rest of the season. And yeah, y'all are just terrible. I mean, I guess your defense was all right. Uh, offense was horrible. Um, anyway, yeah, absolutely terrible. And then you lose like 7 games in a row at one point, which gets or 6 games in a row, and then it finally gets broken. You decide to beat um, UCF to end the season for no reason. They finished 5-7. Yeah, I really don't know what happened. Anyway, now about number 2. We do have Oklahoma State. Now, of course, I originally had Oklahoma State going 9-3. And then I had them only losing to Kansas State, BYU, and Baylor. But you lost a lot more than that. 9-3 in 2023. Made the Big 12 title game. Ollie Gordon coming back. He was the best running back in college football in 2023, over 1,700 yards, 21 touchdowns, 6 yards per carry. He's coming back. Oh yeah, looks like everything's setting up nice. Alan Bowman gets, the quarterback gets another year of eligibility. So everything is looking good. Except it wasn't. But reality hits hard. And let's see, in reality, you actually went 3-9. How did y'all let this happen? How you go from 9-3 to 3-9, 0 Big 12 wins? Let's see, yeah, Ollie Gordon really fell off. Yeah, I don't know if it was if it was because of the offensive line not performing like they should have, or if Ollie Gordon dealt with some injuries, or both. But his production took a huge drop. He only had like 880 yards and 13 touchdowns, as opposed to like 700 yards and 21 touchdowns the year before. 4.6 yards per carry instead of 6.1. So that's a full yard and a half. 2022. 8 games. 8 games over 100 yards. Only 4 in in 2024. Anyway, so yes, you started out good, started out 3-0. You even beat Arkansas. Yeah, I don't know how you beat Arkansas, but you did. So you went 3-0 in the non-con, and then you stopped winning games. Offense was terrible, defense was terrible. Yeah, whole team was terrible. I mean, getting blown out by a 500 West Virginia. Getting shut out by Colorado. Yeah, Colorado's defense is not good. You couldn't score a single point. Gave up over 50 to Colorado and Texas Tech. Anyway, Alan Bowman is trash. What else? Yeah, I mean, Ollie Gordon really hurt his his draft stock. I mean, he's an afterthought now. I mean, if he could have left last year, you would have been the first running back taken. But he was a sophomore, so. But anyway, of course, so this Oklahoma State team could only go as far as Ollie Gordon can take them, and he didn't take them. He didn't take y'all very far at all. Now, and the number one, of course, you already know it's gonna be the felony state criminals. The most disappointing, the most overrated team to start the season was Florida State. I mean, started out ranked number 10 in the AP poll. Yeah, that was ridiculous. I think I had them like 23rd in my poll. But anyway, start out number 10, and then of course undefeated regular season last year. 12-0, 13-0. But then you ended up getting left out of the college football playoffs. And then you cried and whined and complained about ESPN and Kirk Herbstreit and College Football Playoff Committee and SEC bias and anyway, they're launching all of these lawsuits, and then the Orange Bowl. Yeah, you just get absolutely obliterated by Georgia, 63-3. And then you're suing the ACC to try to get out of the ACC without having to pay the massive buyout. And yes, Florida State is still in the SEC. So, but anyway, yeah, the point is, you got what you deserved. I mean, I had y'all going 8-4. Turns out that was too generous, way too generous. So then, of course, we're going to start out with you go to Ireland and lose to Georgia Tech, come back home, get clobbered by Boston College, and say, okay, now we're playing Memphis, right? We ought to be able to beat Memphis, right? Wrong. But then you did manage to beat Cal somehow. Yeah, not because you played great in that game, but just because Cal played worse than you did. Okay, and then you embark on your losing streak. 4 games, 8 games left. Yeah, so a 6-game losing streak. Losing 7 of your last 8 games. Of course, the only win in that stretch being Charleston Southern. And anyway, lost to Duke for the first time ever. Let's see, just completely annihilated by your 2 in-state rivals, Miami and Florida. Yeah, Notre Dame beats you almost as bad as Georgia, 52-3. And yeah, so. But anyway, oh yeah, and because of this, Mike Norvell got a contract reduction. Anyway, coordinator's fired. Like that's gonna help. I mean, DJ Ukulele is terrible. Yeah, it's time for him to put the fries in the bag. So, but anyway, that is going to be it. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below, and thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time.